Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. From the book Atheism, There is No God, written by Gora, the atheist leader and freedom fighter. In the last episode, we were learning about the civilization. In continuation of it, today, ancient man thought everything was like him. However, he could not bring them under his control. He could not change the speed of wind and rain in those days to suit his convenience. Although he benefited from the sun and rain sometimes, some other times he incurred loss due to them. To remove such difficulties, he started coaxing them according to his imagination. In the same way that he is satisfied by being offered prayers, food and other things, man tried to please the sun, the moon and the storms. Man's behavior of those times was also in accordance with this idea that storms too were like men. In those times, there was neither the need nor the opportunity to determine whether the nature of things grasped through analogy were correct or not. Neither the tools nor the residential accommodations of those times could help man escape from wild animals, heat and cold, or hunger and thirst, and thus make him free from fear. The strength of social unity and discriminatory knowledge were not well developed. Besides, man had intense fear of the gods that he had fabricated by means of analogy. The lack of ability in those days to harness the forces of nature was the cause of such fear. Because of this fear, practices such as prayer were developed. People did not have the curiosity to determine for themselves the truth or falsehood of these beliefs, which were accompanied by fear and reverence by whatever means they were formed. On the one hand, because the ability to determine the truth was absent, and on the other, because thanks to fear and devotion, there was a taboo against criticism, the idea that forces of nature were personified gods remained as a belief in men of those times. As a result of such a belief in ancient societies, there were different sorts of gods and varieties of rituals and worships addressed to them. Gods of the times of Rigveda, such as Agni, Varuna, Mitra and Surya, Egyptian gods such as Osiris and Horus, Roman gods such as Jupiter and Minerva, Greek gods such as Zeus, Artemis and Pallas were all formed in this way. As beliefs in the gods became more and more established with usage, these gods were given forms and methods of prayer were designed for them. Peoples of the different societies had great faith in their respective gods. Whenever people incurred a loss because of natural forces, they thought it was caused by the anger of these gods. They used to worship them, made sacrifices to them, and would thus reconcile themselves to their losses. Even today, we can find in uncivilized communities worshipping of the respective gods whenever there are epidemics like cholera. People celebrate with festivities as a sign of gratitude not only in times of loss but also when they gain victory in wars or harvest crops. Because gods are related to natural forces and because they themselves couldn't control the forces of nature, people in ancient times believed that the gods are endowed with supernatural powers. It is through such a belief that the idea of God came about. The urgent need to understand the forces of nature was the cause for the development of the idea of gods. With the belief that they had understood the forces of nature in terms of the gods and thus they had thus known them, people became free from anxiety, attained peace and relaxation and thus developed their thought. Prayer helped them a great deal in enduring hardships that occurred to them. In addition to learning the truth about natural forces, building a society was also necessary for man's happiness. His happiness might increase somewhat by using tools, but if he was to be happy in a more extensive fashion, he needed the support of his society. The splendor of human thinking is mainly shown in the building of society. Social unity is also necessary to improve the use of tools. Everyone knows how the cooperation of many people is necessary to execute tasks in factories. Man has designed language by discerning the interrelationships of sounds. Language helped him to express ideas and created social unity. Selfish qualities such as envy, greed, anger, and miserliness, as well as social qualities such as love, peace, and compassion, exist in the same person. If we want to strengthen society and attain happiness, we must suppress selfish qualities and bring out social qualities. Although social gain gives man higher happiness than individual gain, temporarily individual gain seems more attractive. Although man desires society, he is also interested in the gains coming from his selfish outlook. As the selfish outlook grows, it disrupts the construction of society. However, as his thinking develops, man desires society more. That's why, although he has selfish interest on the one side, in human history, social awareness has been improving gradually and society has been getting stronger. Not only is social awareness taught, but moral rules and laws have been established. These rules and laws provide the opportunity for social awareness to improve. The moral man is praised and the outlaw is punished. The laws and morals that are prevalent in various societies may change from time to time and from place to place, but a society must have some rules at any time. As civilization develops, individual affairs became subservient to social codes. Gradually, mankind becomes one family. We will continue the remaining chapter in the next episode. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to this channel Positive Atheism and activate the bell icon.